Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be discussing about the second chapter of histology, that is the muscle, and we will be talking about the types, something about the sarcomere, and a little bit about the clinical importance. So let's get started. So basically there are three types of muscle tissues. Firstly, they are skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscles are striated and voluntary. Then comes the cardiac muscle. These are also striated, but these are involuntary. And third is the smooth muscle. Smooth muscle are non-striated and they are involuntary. So now what is striations, or why these muscles are called striated? Muscle tissues in which the contractile fibers are arranged in a parallel bundles, and under the microscope different regions are seen as stripes. So that's why these muscles are known as the striated muscles. First let's discuss about the skeletal muscle. So as the name suggests, skeletal muscles are attached with a bone, or basically the skeletal system. These muscle fibers are long, cylindrical and parallel. These are multinucleated and the nucleuses are in the periphery, and they have clear striations that are visible under the microscope. So each skeletal muscle fibers are packed with myofibrils. These myofibrils have repeated units of sarcomere, and sarcomere is the contractile unit. The sarcomere contain actin filaments and myosin filaments. The actin filaments are thin filaments. So how will you remember this? That is, actin has ACTIN, so thin has THIN. So in that you have to remember, so thin is actin. Now actin is thin filament and myosin is thick filament. So these arrangements create A bands that are dark bands and I bands that are light, seen as striations. See, light has I in it, so you remember like that, light bands are I bands. Okay. Next is muscle cell organization. Now muscle fibers or cell is covered by endomysium, and group of fibers is called as fascicle, which is covered by perimysium, and the whole muscle is covered by epimysium. Now clinical insight, we have Duchenne muscular dystrophy and rhabdomyolysis. Now that we have seen the sarcomere, let's understand how the muscle contracts using the famous sliding filament model. Each sarcomere has Z line at both ends where the actin filaments are attached. Now the myosin, that is the thick filament, are in the center. The A band is the full length of the myosin, right? And the I band is only the actin, and the H zone is only myosin, that is also known as the bare zone. Now during contraction, myosin heads bind to actin using ATP. They pull the actin filaments inwards towards the center of the sarcomere. This shortens the I band and the H zone, but the A band stays the same. This is called the sliding filament method. Actin and myosin slide past each other, causing the sarcomere and the entire muscle to contract. Now key points are, ATP is very essential for both contraction and relaxation. Think of it like oars rowing a boat. Oars means the blade, myosin is the oar and actin is the water. They don't shorten, they slide. Now rigor mortis happens when ATP is depleted after death. So the muscle cells are in a state of contraction, right? Tropomyosin is a protein that is attached to the actin molecule. It blocks the myosin binding sites in the actin, but when the muscle gets a nerve signal, it again dissociates and the contraction again happens. The nerve impulse causes the calcium release from the sarcoplasmic reticulum and the contraction happens. Next is the cardiac muscle. This muscle is found in the heart and the larger vessels of the heart. These are short branching fibers with central nucleus. These have striations, but they are very less prominent. And one thing that is unique in this cardiac muscle is the intercalated disc present in between two cells. These intercalated discs contain gap junctions to help in electrical impulse transportation or spread, and desmosomes. These are there for mechanical strength. Sarcomere is present in actin and myosin organized like the skeletal muscle. But the cardiac muscle have more mitochondria in it and is highly vascular. Clinical note that these are limited regeneration, common site of injury during myocardial infarction. During MI, there is loss of striation and infiltration of inflammatory cells. Lastly, smooth muscles. These are spindle-shaped cells with large elongated nucleus. There is no striations present between the actin and myosin filament. No striation present because actin and myosin are not arranged in the sarcomere like the skeletal muscle. Instead, filaments are arranged in crisscross pattern. These are found in GIT, blood vessel, uterus and urinary bladder. Smooth muscle contraction is slow but sustained. These are controlled by the autonomic nervous system, hormones and local factors. There are two clinical features. Smooth muscle undergo hyperplasia in uterus during pregnancy, and smooth muscle tumors like leiomyomas that are common in uterus. So this was the histology of muscle. Histology is very interesting, and seeing those diagrams and slides under the microscope really feels like a different world to me. This helps in understanding the basic structure of a tissue, and later you will understand how this disruption happens and what are the outcome. So I hope this video helps you understanding the histology of muscle. I have attached a comparison chart in the description. I hope it helps you understanding the three muscles very nicely. So thank you and see you again.